right, guys, so like I said in the comment section in part one, we had a little error here. So as you can see in comment card, we had placeholder URI as this. This should not be the placeholder. It's just a corrupted it's just a corrupted URI. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say local placeholder. So we're gonna say const local placeholder is equal to require, and this is gonna be slash assets images placeholder dot png. And we're gonna have this because within our images we placed in a placeholder PNG which just says no image available, and I was able to create this using ChatGPT. So I just asked it to make me something with the dimensions of 16:9 ratio, no image available, and that was pretty much it. So after doing this, we're gonna come down to get secure image URL. The thumbnail is gonna be here. So if there's no thumbnail, rather than returning that placeholder URI, we're just gonna return null. Great. We can close out of this. So we're going to return null. And now for the path, we're just going to keep it as is. And that's pretty much it. So now we're going to attempt to build a remote URL. If it's none, we'll use the placeholder. So we're going to state for this URL here, for this URI here, we're going to say const remote URI is equal to, and this is going to be get source image URL, and we're going to say item.thumbnail, and this is for when the remote URL is null. We're going to use the local placeholder. So this should be remote URI. What's going on here? Okay, it's never used. That's fine. So now we're going to say const image source is equal to remote URI else. So if it's remote URI, then we're going to say URI is going to be the remote URI, else it's going to be local placeholder. Cool. Now we can come down here to image. So where is image? There we go. So the source here is no longer URI. The source here is now image source. Cool. So now that's going to be our comment card. So that's the correction we had to make. Now we can close out of this and then go into comics. So where is comics? And we can create, we can go ahead and fix this as well. So it's going to be pretty much very similar. So for placeholder URI, we're going to change that up. So it's no longer going to be placeholder URI. It's going to be local placeholder. So we just did this. This is going to be require. So we're going to import it from slash assets slash images slash placeholder dot png. Cool. Now we're going to change this get secure image URL. So we're going to say if there's no thumbnail, return null. Cool. And now we're going to go down to our image here. Where is our image? Let's see. Image. Did we pass it? Comment card. There it is. So image source here is going to be get secure. The URI is going to be get secure image URL. Selected comic.thumbnail, else. Okay. Okay. Thumbnail, else. So let's do it this way. So let's just go. It's going to be easier to do it like this. So image source is going to be get secure image URL, selected comic.thumbnail, Okay. Else, well, selected comic.thumbnail. If we have that, then it's going to be URI. Okay. Get secure image URL. Selected comic.thumbnail. Else, it's going to be local placeholder. And now we can have this class name. So we can take this out, take that out. Awesome. So that's what we're going to have for, awesome. So that's what we're going to have for comics. So I also believe in dialogue header, we had error. So dialogue title. Let's see. So item center. This should be item center. Cool. So that was in right above dialogue title. It should be item center. Awesome. All right, so that's what we have for comics. Now we're going to go to characters. It's going to be pretty much the same thing. So let's just go ahead and copy and paste that. So comic card, character card. So for comic card, we're just going to come up here and we're just going to take this local placeholder, paste it in there instead. Here we're going to return null. And then here, we're just going to take this out. And we're going to say const remote URI is equal to get secure image URI. Then, well, get remote secure URL item.thumbnail. And then we're going to say const image source is equal to remote URI. Then we're going to have URI, remote URI, else it's going to be local placeholder. Cool. So now we can come down to image here and the source is going to be changed. So the source now is going to be image source. And that's it. So if we go over to character, we're going to make similar changes. So let's open up comics and then let's open up characters. So for characters, let's see, did we have the same typo in there? For dialogue, yeah, items center, dot name, okay. Let's see, for recommendation, did we have dot name as well? So discover, blah, blah, blah. Okay, on click. FlatList, recommendations, character card, dialogue. Okay, we're all set. Okay, so let's come back up here. The placeholder, we're just going to take it from here. This is going to be null. And then we have, where's the images? Let's see, image, there we go. So we're just going to take this source, copy it, except it's going to be character rather than comics. If we can find it, there it is. Oops. There we go. So here we're going to have character, and here we're going to have character. Awesome. And now, lastly, we're going to have our entertainment. So entertainment card as well as entertainment. I don't think there's much to do here. So here we're just going to create const hero image is equal to require assets slash images slash placeholder dot png. Cool. Now we're going to say const URI is going to be, let's do this. Cool. So const URI is going to be items dot poster items item dot poster path. Then, so if it's item dot poster path, then we're going to have this, else we're going to have null. So what's the problem? Okay, we're good. Awesome. So with our return, we're going to scroll down, and the view here is flex 1. Before we have image, we're going to state, let's do this. We're going to say URI. So if we have the URI, then let's do this as well. Okay, we have this image, else we're going to say, we're going to use the local placeholder when the URI is null. So we're going to say image source is going to be hero image. Class name is going to be with full. Height is going to be full. Resize mode. So resize mode is going to be, well, resize mode is going to be cover. Awesome. So that's pretty much it. So let's head over to entertainment itself, and this is going to be the last thing we fix. So here, before we have our screen width, we're going to state local place const local placeholder is equal to require assets images placeholder.png. Cool. So I believe in our map, when we scroll down here, we had an error somewhere. So rex is data.recommendations.map. Our ID was r.id, r.details.id. Overview was r.overview, r.details overview. Poster path, r.poster path, r.details, poster path. So okay, so it's actually pretty right. Yeah, we're good there. So let's scroll down to image here. Awesome. So for the source, so what we're gonna do actually is, let's just take all this and rewrite it. So we're gonna say source is gonna be selected poster path, selected.poster path. Then we're gonna have URI is gonna be this. Awesome. Else We're gonna have local placeholder. Cool. And then the class name, we're gonna take this. Awesome. Let's see. So yeah, that should be all of it. So let's see, do we have any other thing? No, seems like all of it. Let's go down. Oh yeah, this is wrong. So is saved selected. So is saved should be selected ID. There we go. Awesome. So we were able to fix that. That's good. Okay, so that seems like it's all good. So let's reload the app and let's see if we have it working properly. So for comics, let's see if we have a blank comic image. Do we have a placeholder there instead? So let's give it a second to load up the recommendations here. And then once it loads up the recommendations, we can see if all our images for recommendations load up as well. So let's just give it a second here. Awesome. So as you can see, those come with it. And there we go. So no image available here. No image available. So if we click on this, there we go. It just says no image available here. And then that's it. So we're good there. Let's close out of this. Let's try it for Captain America here. Let's see. It should do the same thing where it just shows a placeholder if no image is available. Let's take a look. There we go. So if we click on this, it should also say, well, it says no image available. So that's all we need to see. Let's go to an image here. So let's go to this. Well, this is a video, so it shouldn't matter. Let's see. We might also like, so we're going to see if the placeholder shows for this as well. So we should be good because it was the same logic we used for every single one of them. So let's see. There we go. Yep, no image available. So we fixed that. So that's how you properly use a placeholder to represent that there's no image available. So let's close out of this. So now that we have all that, what we want to work on is our search. So we want to work on our search tab. So let's head over to search here so we can close out of this. So we're going to head over to search and we can start working on it. So here we're going to say import React, use state. We're going to import use context. Cool. And for this, we're going to import view, text, image, safe area view, text input. We're going to import touchable opacity. FlatList, scroll view, and dimensions. Cool. Now we're going to import button, dialog, portal, activity indicator from React Native paper. Cool. We're going to import font awesome from at Expo vector icons. We're going to import YouTube player from at React Native YouTube iframe. So there's no at. We're going to import saved context from context / saved context. And now we're going to create our local placeholder. Const local placeholder is equal to require assets images placeholder.png. We're going to say const get secure image URL thumbnail and here we're going to state if there's no thumbnail, return null. Const path is equal to thumbnail dot path dot starts with HTTP here we're going to say thumbnail dot path dot replace HTTP colon HTTPS colon else we're going to say thumbnail dot path. Cool. Now we're going to return. So I'm just going to copy and paste this because it's pretty long. So we're going to return this. So it's pretty much what we've done the whole time. So there's nothing special about it. Now for our search, we're going to go ahead and state the query state. We're going to say const query set query is equal to use state. And this is what we're going to be searching. So what we're going to be querying for. Our result state is going to be const characters set characters is equal to use state. We're going to say const comics set comics is equal to use state. Why is use state not working? So why are we getting this error? React cookie state is called in function search that is neither a React. Oh, okay, I get what they mean. There we go. Const comics set, well, we have comics already. Const entertainment set entertainment is equal to use state. Now we want to be able to toggle for the view all. We're going to say const show all characters set show all characters is equal to use state false. Const comics set comics is equal to use state const entertainment. Oh no, const set show all. So set So const show all comics, set show all comics is equal to use state false. Let's bring this down one. So show all entertainment, set show all entertainment. Cool. So now the modal state, we're going to say const open set open is equal to use state false, const selected item set selected item is equal to use state null. Now for our recommendation state, we're going to say const recommendations set recommendations is equal to use state empty array const recommendations loading set recommendations loading is equal to use state and then false. So now we want to create the trailer for our entertainment, trailer key for our entertainment. So we're going to say const trailer key set trailer key is equal to use state null. And now we want to create our loading and our error. So we're going to say const loading set loading is equal to use state false, const error set error is equal to use state empty string, const saved items set toggle save item is equal to use context saved context. Cool. Now we can give it a responsive dimension for the trailer slash image. So we're going to say const screen width is equal to dimensions dot get window dot width. We're going to say const trailer width is equal to screen width minus 32. We're going to say const trailer height is equal to height is equal to trailer width times 9/16. So this is for the 16:9 aspect ratio. So we'll get trailer width, not trailer key. Okay. All right, so it says search here. Let me go. Awesome. So now we want to be able to perform parallel searches. So meaning when we search for something, we want to search for both. We want to search for the comics, the characters, and the entertainment portion all at once. So we're going to say const handle search is equal to async. We're going to say if there's no query dot trim. So if we don't have to take out any white space, then set characters to an empty string, set comics to an empty string, set entertainment to an empty string, set error to an empty array, to an empty string. Oh, so we're setting all of this to empty arrays and then setting the error to an empty string. And then we're going to return. We're going to say set loading is true. Set error is empty string. Awesome. So now within it, we're going to have a try catch. And with the try, we're going to say const character response comic response entertainment response is equal to await promise dot all fetch. And here we're going to be saying process. So you know what? Let's just go back to our components here, and let's just grab this. So fetch would be this, and rather than comic, we're going to say character search. Cool. So since this is going to be a post method, so method is going to be post. We're going to say headers. Headers is going to be content type, which is going to be application / JSON. You can also use Axios, but I just decided to use this. Body is going to be JSON.stringify. Character search is going to be query. Awesome. So now we're going to have 3 of these. So fetch here is going to be process.character search. This one's going to be comic search. And this one's going to be entertainment search. Entertainment search. Awesome. Here it's going to be it's just going to be query. There we go. And then here it's going to be entertainment search. Cool. So where is this error coming from? Oh, we have 2 of these instead of 1. Cool. All right, so let's see. Character search, comic search, entertainment search, query, character search. Cool. So we have all of that. Now we're going to say const character data is equal to character res dot OK. So if it's equal to OK, if we get our data, if it gives us an OK status, we're going to say awaits character res dot JSON. Else it's going to be an empty array. So we're going to do that for 3 of them. So comic data and entertainment data. So here we're going to say pretty much the same thing. So await, this is going to be comic data. This is going to be comic res and entertainment response. So now we're going to say set characters. So we're going to check to see if it's an array. So array.isArray, character data. If it is, then character data. If it's not, it's going to be an empty array. We're going to do the same thing for set comics and set entertainment. Here we're going to say instead of character data, we're going to have comic data. Here we're going to do the same thing, comic data. Here we're going to say entertainment data. Let's see. Actually, it's going to be ents data. And here it's going to be ent data. So for our error here, we're going to say console.error. This is going to be error performing search. We're going to say error set error is going to be something went wrong. Please try again. We're going to say set characters. This is going to be empty string, empty array. Set comics, empty array. Set entertainment, empty array. And then we're going to have finally, and this is going to be set loading false. Awesome. So now we're going to say we want to ensure our arrays. So we're going to say const safe characters is equal to array that is array characters. So here we're just making sure that it is an array characters, else it's an empty array. Now we're going to say safe comics. Here it's going to be safe entertainment. Here it's going to be entertainment. Else it's entertainment. Here we're going to have comics. It's going to be comics. Here we're going to have character. Okay, so that's correct. Now we want to be able to view all. So we're going to say const characters to render is equal to show all so let's take this out. Show all characters. Save characters. Else it's going to be safe character. Wait, is it safe character? Safe characters. Safe characters dot slice 0, 10. Const comics to render is equal to show all comics. Save comics. Save comics. Dot slice 0, 10. Here we're going to have entertainment to render. Entertainment to render. It should be show all entertainment. Save entertainment. Save entertainment dot slice. So now we want to see if our item is saved. So we're going to say const is item saved. We're going to pass in the item. Here we're going to say item.id, then saved items.sum, s.id. So ID, actually, let's take this out. So it's just going to be parentheses. So now we can fetch recommendations and say const fetch recommendations is equal to a sync item. And here we're going to say if there's no item, return set recommendations to an empty array, set recommendation loading to true. Cool. Now we can have a try catch. With our try here, we're going to let endpoint equal empty string, let body equal empty body. If item.poster path or item.overview, then endpoint is equal to, we're just going to paste this in there, and here it's going to be entertainment recommendation. Body here is going to be items details, and we're going to say title is equal to title.title or item.name. So that was item.title, not title.title. Enter type is going to be entertainment. Description is going to be item.overview or empty string. Cool. And then we're going to say else if item.title and item.thumbnail, then there we go, endpoint is equal to, here it's going to be comic recommendation, so we're going to keep it like that. Cool. Body is going to equal, we're going to take this, item details, and it's going to be title, which is going to be item.title, comic, description here is going to be item.description, and then we're going to just copy this down one more. We're going to say else so let's see, should be one more. There we go. Else, and here we're going to say for character endpoint is going to be and it's just going to be character recommendation. So body here. It's going to equal. Cool. So this is going to be character. Cool. Item.description, item.name. Okay. And now we can state const response is equal to await fetch endpoint, and this is going to be method post headers is going to be content type application slash JSON body JSON.stringify body. Const data is equal to await response.json. Set recommendations array.isArray data.recommendations data.recommendations else empty array. Now for the error, we're going to state console.error failed to fetch recommendations error. And then finally, it's going to be set recommendations false. And then we're done with that. So now we want to be able to fetch the trailer for the entertainment. So we're going to say const fetch trailer for entertainment is equal to async item. Here we're going to say if there's no item dot poster path return try catch const response is equal to await fetch. Okay, so we need this instead. There we go. Except this is going to be trailer. Cool. Method here is going to be post. Headers is going to be content type application slash JSON. Body is going to be JSON.stringify. Media type is going to be item.type. or movie. ID is going to be item.id. Const data is equal to await response.json. Set trailer key data dot trailer key, else it's null. Now for the error, we're going to say console.error, error fetching trailer key, error. Set trailer key to null. Cool. Now we want to be able to open our modal. So we're going to say const open detail modal item. Here it's going to be set selected item to item, set open to true, set recommendations to an empty string, to an empty array, set trailer key to null, fetch recommendations item if item dot poster path fetch trailer for entertainment to item. Cool. And for the close, so we're going to say const close details. So let's change this to details. Modal. Here we're going to say set open to false, set selected item to null, set recommendations to an empty array, set trailer key to null. Cool. Now we want to render a horizontal card. So basically how our cards are set up. So we're going to say const render horizontal item. We're going to take in the item. Here we're going to say const thumbnail URI is equal to get secure image item.thumbnail. We're going to say const remote URI is equal to thumbnail thumb URI, then thumb URI again, else it's item dot poster path, else it's going to be https image.cmdb.org/t/p/original. And here we're going to have item.posterPath, else it's null. Cool. Const image source is equal to remote URI, then its URI is going to be remote URI, else it's going to be local placeholder. So let's see. Oh, this should be within this. Cool. Now we want to return touchable opacity. Let's see. Oh, our return's down there. So local placeholder, no. So what's the error here? So export, default search. Do we need one more? There we go. Cool. So now for our return here, we're going to say touchable opacity. So let's do this. So touchable opacity. So within touchable opacity, we're going to have class name. And the class name is going to be width 40, margin right of 4. So let's head over to search here so we can see what we're building out. We're going to have onPress is going to be arrow function, open detail modal. We're going to pass in item. Cool. Within it, we're going to have our view. Class name is going to be relative. Image here is going to be source. Image source. Class name is going to be width full. Height is going to be 60. Rounded is going to be large. Resize mode is going to be cover. Cool. So we don't need this view. Oh, so we need that view, sorry. So now we're going to say within it, we're going to have touchable opacity again. Class name here is going to be absolute. Top is going to be 2, right is going to be 2. On press, we're going to have toggle save item. Is saved, is item saved. We're going to pass in item. Then we're going to say font awesome. Name is going to be heart. Size is going to be 24. So if this is looking familiar, that's because it's pretty much what we've done before. Red. Else font awesome is going to be name, heart O. Size is going to be 24. Color is going to be red. Okay, so let's see, do we have an error somewhere? So we're just going to keep going. Here we have view. So after view, we have text. Class name is going to be margin top of 2. Text center. Font semi-bold. Text gray of 800. We're going to put in the item name. Item.title. Untitled. Cool. And now, after doing this, we can now have a return. Safe area view. Class name. And this is going to be flex 1. Background gray. 50. There we go. Here we're going to have view. Class name is going to be flex 1, padding of 4. View here is going to be class name, margin bottom of 4. Text is going to be class name, text to XL, font bold, text gray 600, search. There we go. And we're going to close out that view here. And then here we're going to say view class name is equal to flex row item center text input class name flex 1 border gray 300 background of white rounded large pattern X of 2 pattern Y of 1 margin right of 2. Placeholder here is going to be search. Example is going to be Wolverine. Cool. Value here is going to be query. On change, text is going to be set query. Oh. On submit editing is going to be handle search. So that should have an R, search, handle search. There we go, handle search. Cool. Awesome. Where's this? Placeholder. Where did this come from? On editing. There we go. And here we have touchable opacity. Class name is going to be background of blue, which is going to be 600. Rounded is going to be large. Pattern X is 3. Pattern Y is 2. onPress is going to be handle search. Text class name is going to be text white, font bold, search. There we go. And now after this view, we're going to say if it's loading, then we want an activity indicator with a class name of margin top of 4. Animating size is going to be large. Color is going to be 000. Cool. Awesome. So let's quickly look through this, make sure everything is good so we don't have to come back. Awesome. Why does this look this way? So this should not be there, and this should not be there. Cool. Item details, title, entertainment, description, boom, boom, else if. Okay. This should not be there. Cool. So at least we got one out the way. Okay, that's just cool. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. This is wrong. So character res, this should be comic res. And this should be entertainment res. Okay. Alright, so seems like everything's good so far. Alright, so after view, we're down here. After this, activity indicator, loading, then we have error, then here we're going to say text, class name is going to be text red 600, text center, margin top of 2, error. Cool. Okay. Awesome. Text. Now we can have scroll view, class name, margin top of 4, and these are for the characters. So we're going to say save characters dot length is greater than 0, then view is going to be class name, margin bottom 6, view class name, flex row, justify between items center, text class name, flex row, justify between items center. Well, hold on. So text XL, font semi-bold, text gray 600, characters. Cool. Let's see, view, flex row, justify between, item center, text, class name, text XL, font semi-bold, text gray 600, characters, and then we're gonna have button. Mode is gonna be contained. onPress is gonna be set show all characters. And here we're gonna say show all characters. Show all characters. View less. View all. So let's go ahead and try and reload this. see, FlatList, data, it's going to be characters to render, key extractor is going to be item IDX. So this should be parentheses. Character item.id IDX render item render horizontal item horizontal shows horizontal scroll indicator should be false. Content container style is going to be margin top 16. Items separator component false. Content item separator component view class name with a 4. Okay, we're still not seeing it. Why is that so? Let's reload that. Let's come back here. Let's say Wolverine. Oh, there we go. That's why it's not showing. I'm like, what's going on here? It's because we didn't search for anything. I kept seeing Wolverine at the top, but okay, so why can't we see anything but 10? Oh, maybe that's all the Wolverine they have. Let's say Spider. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's all the Wolverine they had. So it works. So I don't know why. I guess I was just zoned out. So that works well. Awesome. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that works. So let's see our comic row. So after this view, we're going to have comic row. So here we're going to say safe comics.length is greater than 0. Then we're going to do the same thing. So we're just going to copy all this. Actually, let's just copy all this and paste it here. Except we're just going to change everything to comics. That length, comics, says show all comics. There we go. This should be comics to render. This here is going to be comic. All right. That should be it. So let's see. There we go. So now we have this. All right. Now we have one more. So after this view, This is going to be safe entertainment. Says show all entertainment. Entertainment. There we go. This is going to be end. There we go. Show all. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Let's see. We should probably put an X here so we can close out, so we can clear it out. So in order to get the clear button that clears everything out of this input, we can come back up here to, let's see, where are we? We can come up here. Yeah, so right after handle search, we can come down here and we can just say const clear query. Well, arrow function and set query to an empty string. Cool. So after we do that, then we can just come down here. So we can come down to safe area view here. And right after this view, before the text input, for the text input, we're going to say class name here is going to be margin bottom of 4. We're going to say flex is row. Well, we have that already. And items is center. So we're just going to have margin bottom of 4. And then for this, we're going to have view as well. So the view here is going to be class name relative flex 1. Awesome. And we're going to have the text input. So we're just going to take this and plug it in here. Cool. So now let's see if that works. So when we say, let's say Red Hulk. Okay. Oh, that's because we didn't put everything in there. So here, we're going to say query dot trim. So query dot trim dot length is greater than 0. So if we have something greater than 0, then we want to say touchable opacity. Touchable opacity on press is going to be clear query. Class name is going to be absolute. Right is going to be 3. Top is going to be half. Negative margin top of 3. There we go. So what's going on here? Clear query is not defined. I thought it was. What did we call it? Clear. What did we call it here? Clear query. Yeah, what's wrong with it? So onPress should be clear query. Okay. onPress clear query. But why is clear query not importing in there. Clear query, handle search. So let's take this clear query out. So what we're gonna need to do is, let's see. All right, we're just gonna do this. So we're gonna use a use effect here. So we're gonna say use effect if query dot trim is equal to empty string, then set characters to empty array, set comics to an empty array, set entertainment, empty array, set error to empty string. Cool. And this is going to be based on the query. Cool. And then we have handle search here. We have our try here. So after this, now we're going to say const clear query. And this is going to be set query empty string. So now, if we come down here, where are we? We should be blah, blah, blah. Here we go. So set query, clear query here is now, clear query now is updated here. So we can close out of this. Okay. Is now updated. So let's try it out. Unchanged text, use state. What's the problem now? Let's reload this. Okay, so it still works. Cool. So let's do this. Touchable opacity. Now within touchable opacity, we're going to have font awesome. And this is going to be name times circle. Size here is going to be 20. Color is going to be 888. And we're going to close out of it. And now we can go ahead and just click that and it clears it out. Also, if we said Red Hulk and we search that, if we go ahead and just do this, it clears it out. So that's what the use effect is doing. So because the use effect is dependent on the query. So now after doing all that, let's go back down here and we have our flat list here, view, scroll view. Now we want to add our detailed modal. So we're going to say portal dialog visible is equal to open. On dismiss is going to be close details modal. View here is going to be class name, flex row, items, center, justify between, padding X of 4, padding top of 4. And then within view, we're going to have dialog.title. The style here is going to equal flex 1, font weight of bold, color is going to be 2D3748. Awesome. So within here, we're going to say selected item dot name or selected item dot title, or we're simply just going to say details. Cool. After doing that, now we're going to say selected. So if we have selected item, then we want touchable opacity. So we want to be able to click it. onPress is going to be toggle save item selected item. And within it, we're going to say is item saved. We're going to pass in selected item. And if it's saved, then we're going to say font awesome. Name is going to be heart. Size is going to be 24. Color is going to be red. Else, we're going to say font awesome. Name is going to be heart. O. Size is going to be 24. Color is going to be red. Cool. There we go. Cool. And now after view here, we're going to have dialog content. Cool. Within it, we're going to say selected item. And here we're going to say scroll view. We're going to pass in the trailer key. So if we have trailer key, then we want the YouTube player where the height is going to be trailer height. The width is going to be trailer width. Play is going to be false, so it doesn't start automatically. Video ID is going to be trailer key. Cool. Else, we're going to say we want to determine which image source we're going to use. So we're going to say const thumb URI is equal to get secure image URL selected item dot thumbnail. Cool. So const thumbnail URI is equal to get secure URL selected thumbnail dot thumbnail selected item dot thumbnail. We're going to say const remote URI is equal to thumb URI thumb URI selected path selected item dot poster path. Then we're going to use I'm just gonna paste it in there. Okay, so we're going to use this. Else, it's going to be null. Awesome. Now we're going to have const image source is equal to remote URI. Then we're going to have URI, remote URI. Else, it's local placeholder. So now we can return, and this is going to be image source, which is going to be image source. Class name is going to be rounded large. Margin bottom is going to be 4. Style is going to be width 100%. Height is going to be trailer height. And we're going to resize. Mode is going to be cover. Okay, so why are we seeing an error here? All right. I think we have one too many. There we go. Cool. Awesome. So now after doing so, we have text, class name, which is going to be margin y of 2. It's going to be selected item dot description or selected item dot overview, or we're simply going to say no description available. Text, class name is going to be text large, font bold, margin y of 2. You might also like. Cool. And after text, we're going to have recommendations. So recommendations loading. Then we want the activity indicator. So we're going to say activity indicator. Animating size is going to be large. Else, we're going to have FlatList. Data is going to be recommendations. Key extractor is going to be an arrow function. I. And here we're going to have recommendations I. We want this to be horizontal. Show horizontal status indicator. It's going to be false. Container style is going to be margin top of 16. Items separator component is going to be arrow function, and this is going to be view class name width of 4. Cool. Now we want to render item, and this is going to be item recommendation item. So what did we do wrong here? So rec item is not defined. Okay, we'll go ahead and fix that. Just let's finish this up. Const thumbnail, const thumb URL, URI, get secure image URL, rec item dot thumbnail. There we go. So rec item has been fixed. The thumbnail. Thumbnail. What's wrong with this? Oh, thumbnail. There we go. Const rec remote URI is equal to thumb URI, then thumb URI. Else it's going to be rec item dot poster path. Then we're going to have this. This would be rec item poster path. Else is null. Cool. We're going to say const rec image source is equal to rec remote URI. URI is going to be rec remote URI. Else it's local placeholder. Cool. So now we're going to say return, and this is going to be touchable opacity, onPress, and it's going to be arrow function, open details modal. We're going to pass in rec item. Cool. Awesome. So now within it, we're going to have view class name, width is 32, margin right is 4. We're going to have image source, and this is going to be rec image source. We're going to have class name, and here the class name is going to be with full height is going to be 24, rounded it's going to be large, resize mode is going to be cover. Cool. Now we're going to have text, class name, margin top of 1, text is center. Within the text here, we're going to have rec item dot title or rec item dot name. Cool. So after scroll view here, we're going to have dialog content closed, and after dialog content, we're going to have dialog action, dialog dot actions. Class name here is going to be padding bottom of 4. And here we're going to have the button onPress is going to be close details modal. We're going to say text, class name is equal to text base. It's going to be closed. And that is how we end this. So we can now go ahead and say red Hulk. And if we click on it, it shows red Hulk, and it also shows you might also like. So let's go ahead and see what the recommendations are going to be. So hopefully it doesn't break. Okay, so it seems like the recommendations aren't loading up. So let's go over to fetch recommendations here. Where's fetch recommendations? Fetch trailer. Fetch recommendations. Okay. Endpoint, blah, blah, blah. Set recommendation, data recommendations. Okay. Finally, set recommendations to false. Okay, that seems to be the issue. Because why should it be false? Set recommendations. Let's try set recommendations loading to false. Let's refresh this. Let's try it now. Okay, see now there's nothing spinning, so that should not work. There should be item details, I believe. Let's try item details. Item details. Let's see, is there anything else wrong with it? So let's try Red Hulk again. And this is part of the debugging process, so okay, it should work now. Because it's spinning and we have it as item details, not items details. So that's probably why we didn't get anything back. So let's close out of this. So give it a few seconds. Let's come back down here. Come on. I don't want to have to debug the whole thing, because that should be where the problem's coming from, right? Awesome. Oh my God, yes, it works. So there we go. So all these works. There we go. All these work. So we're good with that. Let's try this. Red Hulk 2025 number 7. Let's see. There we go. Awesome. And then let's see. Awesome. Oh, there we go. Great. So, yep, it works all fine. So I'm going to stop it here for search. Well, this is the end of it for search. I don't want to make the video too long, so we're going to have one last part, and that part is going to be for our saved tab. So that shouldn't be as long, I don't believe. But if you guys stuck through this the whole way through, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I want to say thank you. We're almost at 700 subscribers, guys, so it would mean a lot to me if you guys really hit that subscribe button, share this, comment in the comment section. Let's have some engagement here. And that's pretty much it. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe once more, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.